All right, hello everybody. We're just testing a few things here right now, but the time is 5:25 p.m. Central Time, June 21st, 2026, and we are tracking what appears to be a a full-blown tornado outbreak, excuse me, of tornadoes, where we currently have a large, intense tornado on the ground here. This has been on the ground for quite a while, northeast of Mount Vernon, here in southern Illinois. And right now we have a big debris ball on radar. The velocity signature will be northwest of Wayne City, and it's going to be moving to the east here towards the Fairfield area in Jeffersonville. So if you are in the areas here of, let's get the county information in, of central Wayne and northeastern Jefferson counties, you need to be in your safe spots immediately. There's a destructive tornado on the ground that is likely to produce significant damage. And if you go in and go to our CEC, you can see a giant tornado debris signature at this. It is producing catastrophic damage. And there is currently a PDS tornado warning up for this tornado. And that's gonna be in a particularly dangerous situation. We've been tracking tornadoes all across the day, which is unusual because this is a slight risk. This is a slight risk, and it's clear now that this has severely overperformed from what the SPC was thinking. So right now, this is going to be northwest of Wayne City, and we're going to stay on air until we can get this out of here, as is a very destructive tornado on the ground northwest of Wayne City. So let's go ahead and get some information here. We did get some photos of the tornado before we started. We did get some photos before we started of this tornado warning. I mean, of this tornado on the ground. And right now it is to our understanding that this is a significant tornado on the ground just about to cross into Wayne County. If I got that right. Let's make sure we got that right. Yeah, western Wayne County is going to be impacted by this tornado. So everybody in the western Wayne County area needs to be in their safe spots immediately. Elsewhere, we are also tracking other tornado warnings here from Vernon all the way towards Claremont. This is a part of a line of tornado warnings here. So if you're from Vernon to Claremont, elsewhere, we do have some more storms firing right now. There's going to be northwest of McLeansboro. This could pose a threat for tornadoes in the future. And if we go out over to some of these other tornado warned storms, let's go ahead and get some information on some of these here. Let's go to the radar located in Indy to get a to see what we're working with here with this. Unless that one is not working. We're gonna have to figure out how we can get that one back up. But yeah, it seems like we do have an area rotation here. It's gonna be near Shelburne. And if we, yeah, we're gonna have to wait for an update there. But right now, if we go back to the Fort Wayne, I mean, not Fort Wayne, the Evansville site, we do have a new confirmed tornado on the ground here. This is gonna be, this is actually gonna be a continuation of this one up towards Bird. So if we're in Birds or all the way towards Russellville, we're gonna need you to seek shelter immediately. You can see that area rotation northwest of Birds. That's gonna be making its way to the east at about, let's get the information. That's going to be moving east at 30 miles per hour. And then we're also seeing this one continue to move eastward. They're going to be extending this further into Wayne County, probably towards Fairfield and Jeffersonville. Right now, the newest scans is a little bit more promising. The rotation isn't as packed up as it used to be. If we go ahead and look at tornado debris, pretty contaminated with a lot of debris fallout. So we can't fully confirm it's still on the ground, but we're still going to treat it as it is, because again, it's still a PDS tornado warning. I mean, it's a particularly dangerous situation. Actually, upped it. They actually downgraded it to a tornado confirmed, so still on the ground. We're going to need everybody to seek shelter immediately. We got another area of interest over here near Salem as well that we're going to be keeping an eye on. But these types of storms, again, we're dealing with a overperforming event. That's why we decided to hop on here and get everyone covered. I'm not sure how long we're going to be live for. I do know we're still dealing with the internet troubles from earlier. I do know we're still dealing with that overall, so please do bear with us on that. As for camera coverage, it's going to be pretty limited. As you can see in the headlines, we're going to try getting some. And there we go. There's your new tornado warning all the way towards Jeffersonville, and Fairfield. And this is going to be in effect until 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And they have actually dropped it to radar indicated rotation, so they no longer believe that this tornado is on the ground. But they did add the tag, this storm has a history of producing a large tornado. So everyone in Jeffersonville and Fairfield needs to take their tornado precautions immediately. This has the potential of producing a big tornado again in the future. We do have some rotation up here near Vernon and areas east of Vernon towards Interstate 57. You need to be in your safe spots immediately. There's going to be kicking over here to the east along this train of tornado warnings here that we have in effect. So if you're in Interstate 57, south of St. Peter, you need to be pulling off and get to a more substantial shelter. Eastward, we got an area of broad rotation that's going to be moving towards Louisville and areas north of Flora. However, even if you're done with this rotation, you got another one coming, so remain in your safe spots until we can get you out of that. And then we're also tracking an area of rotation. You can see that hook on radar forming. That's going to be east of Noble. That's going to be moving towards areas along, let's get the highway, Highway 130 and along Highway 50 is where we're going to be concerned. So if you're east of Noble along Highway 130 and Highway 50, you need to be taking shelter immediately. And then we got another area of, we got this tornado kicking up here. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground north of Birds. Birds remaining in their safe spots for about 5 more minutes. We can get you in the clear. But for that type of signature, that is a pretty decent signature of that one. That is going to be moving towards Highway 33 north of Russellville. And then for this area right here, this is mainly, we're going to be worried for potential spin-up tornadoes with this here. This is going to be moving towards Clay City. So everyone in Clay City, get to your safe spots immediately. And it's gonna, and yeah, so if you go ahead and try checking in on, let's go in, I would like to get some information on the tornado northeast of Mount Vernon, because that was definitely a strong tornado that we had. We had it confirmed through Facebook and on Twitter, as well as from a chaser. And it's going to be moving towards Fairfield and Jeffersonville. Within probably the next couple minutes. Probably within 10 to 15 minutes. Do want to go ahead and clear some space before the stream crashes real quick. Just go and get that out of the way. I'll go ahead and just delete that for now. There we go. So, new severe thunderstorm warning from Hoffman towards areas in Salem. That's going to be including counties of East Central Clinton County and Southern Marion County until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. This is for a possible tornado, and it's going to be for places along Interstate 57 near Salem and Highway 50. So again, clearly an overperforming event, and we did get this extension into Indiana, and it's going to be including places in Oaktown. No longer expected to be on the ground by then. But does this have a history of producing the tornadoes? It's going to be moving east at 20 miles an hour until 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And going ahead and getting an update here because I want to see if this is back on the ground. And yeah, okay, never mind. They just confirmed it immediately. This is a tornado back down on the ground. Emergency management confirmed tornado. So Jeffersonville and Fairfield, this tornado is now back on the ground, and you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. This does have a history of producing a large tornado, and this storm is completely by itself. That is something that we are worried about when it comes to these storms. Whenever these storms can get completely by itself and tap into this type of environment, those are going to be the storms to watch. And it's going to be for places along Highway 45 into Fairfield and Jeffersonville. There's going to be in Wayne County, throughout western and central Wayne County. Everybody in southern and northern Wayne County, you are in the clear from this tornado. And there's going to be continuing to chug along eastward into eastern Wayne County, and eventually we'll be moving into Wabash County. Western Wabash County will be next. If this becomes more longer tracked. And right now, I don't see anything else. Also, they did confirm that tornado here near Vernon. Let's see here. Brief touchdown 1 mile north of Vernon. And you can see that rotation here approaching Interstate 57. This is right on the county line. And it's going to be moving towards Farona. I'm not sure how to pronounce that right there. But that's going to be moving towards that town. And then cross Interstate 57. Continue to move east towards Highway 45. And we're going to be tracking this longer term. And right now, it seems like we are seeing some developing rotation on some of these storms here. Again, a tornado is possible with these storms. So if they do decide to drop a tornado warning, we'll go in and let you know. As for camera coverage, a lot of it's going to be very limited. There is picture cameras in the area, but I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to see. We might be able to check the ones on Interstate 57 and see if one of those picture cameras got something. I do know from June 17th, one of the picture cameras did get that tornado that we covered, along with the live camera that we used. So go ahead and go to our network and take a look here. I'll go ahead and take a look. Picture cameras are not available. Okay, so yeah, we don't have any picture cameras in the area for us to use. And I would like to go ahead and take a look here. And also, sorry if you heard that notification. That just means I have low storage. And yeah, there we go. They have decided to issue a new tornado warning for this rotation here southeast of Salem. There's going to be moving towards places along Highway 50 towards Xena. Xena's slightly outside of it right now, but if this continues to hold shape, this would be extended to Xena. And it's going to be including counties of, let's get county information. There's going to be for southeastern Marion County. So everyone in southeastern Marion County from Salem and areas eastward, you need to be seeking shelter immediately, as there's going to be a possible tornado here until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And don't let the risk fool you. We do have a slight risk in effect. However, this is clearly overperforming right now. This is more performing towards an enhanced risk rather than a slight risk. And for this one right here, let's see if we got any ground views of this. Let's check our spotter network. We do have a few people in the area that we could go ahead and see if they got something. I don't see anything right now, but that's going to be continuing to move towards Jeffersonville. Let's go ahead and get something a little bit more exact here. And yeah, this tornado might go in between Jefferson and Fairfield. Everyone in Jefferson and Fairfield should be in their safe spots regardless. But right now, it seems like it's going to go right in between those two places, which should be the better outcome. New severe thunderstorm warning. This is a giant new severe thunderstorm warning all the way towards Martinsville. This is going to be southeast of Indy. This were 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this entire area will be capable of producing spin-up tornadoes. So everybody should treat this as a tornado warning and stay inside, get to an interior room, and stay there until we can get you out of it. As they're going to be capable of producing spin-up tornadoes and wind gusts of over 70 miles per hour. In fact, we just got a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust out of Sullivan. Let's see, yeah, 70 on the dot for that one. And if we go ahead and take a look at this tornado warning storm, I think this would be better if we take a look at from the St. Louis radar perspective. Yeah, so you can see that area of very broad rotation. This is very, very broad. They might drop this soon. They actually just issued a severe thunderstorm warning ahead of it, so they might be going ahead and dropping this here. It's going to be for Clinton County until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for a possible tornado. So they're probably getting ready to drop this here in just a moment. But it's going to be going all the way towards places in Boulder and Hoffman in central Clinton County. And right now, some of the views that we're getting off the Fairfield storm, that one seems like it is, that one has a pretty good wall cloud to it right now. So we're going to be watching very closely here. Emergency management did say it was on the ground. We don't know if that has since lifted, but we're going to be watching very carefully here. Near Springerton, that's going to be another area to watch to see if that does produce into a tornadic storm. This might eventually come on up towards the Jeffersonville storm. Now, it might eventually come on up there, probably around the Belmont area. And yeah, right now, the views that we're getting, we don't see a tornado on the ground right now, but it has a very beefy wall cloud with it right now. So it is still capable of producing a strong tornado here. This will probably be the greatest potential for further strong tornadoes, and it has produced some in the past. Just drinking some water. And yeah, so that's going to be the greatest area of concern for at least a short time. And yeah, they gone ahead and dropped that tornado warning there. Severe thunderstorm warning does remain in effect for central Clinton County for the possibility of a tornado, as well as some gusty winds and some hail. We also do have a couple flash flood warnings in effect behind this line. behind this line here, where we also saw some tornadoes. I'm pretty sure we even saw a strong one here as well. But yeah, right now this storm is producing a very beefy wall cloud, and that newest velocity scan is pretty concerning right now. You can see that developing couplet right here. That's gonna be north of Sims, and it's gonna be moving eastward. And keep in mind, it does look like it is going to be moving closer to Jeffersonville now. However, it could still go in between or shift south towards Fairfield. So this is why you want to seek shelter no matter where you are in this polygon, or more rather this box. And longer term, we'll probably see this extended into eastern Wayne County and western Wabash County. So you're not in it just yet, but I would get ready to take tornado precautions here. And if you do feel unsafe, you could go in and start taking them now until we can get this storm out of here. But right now, Jeffersonville would probably be more of a threat from this tornado right here. And that is a very beefy wall cloud. Very beefy wall cloud with that from chases that we're seeing on the ground. Another area of concern, excuse me. Another area of concern will be this area right here near Russellville. I could easily see this potentially spinning up into something. There's going to be east of Russellville, continuing to move towards areas into Oaktown in Indiana. And I'm not sure, but from one of the chaser feeds, it does appear that this one might have a dirt cloud underneath. So this one could actually be on the ground right now. But, so yeah, everyone in Jeffersonville, get to your safe spots immediately. And, yeah, we do have a tornado in progress. Tornado's in progress right now. Yeah, on one of the streams on Max Velocity stream, he does have somebody going in with drone footage that shows a tornado, and they're going right in. They are going right into it. Wow, holy. Obviously can't share it, but oh yeah, look at that newest scan right there. That is going to be that's going to be a very strong scan. And this is going to be it's going to be moving east towards Jeffersonville. So everyone in Jeffersonville, get to shelter right now. And the newest scan that we have right now is very concerning. This is exactly what we were worried about with this. Is going to be moving towards Jeffersonville. And you have multiple people showing a large tornado. Very rapid spin. Very rapid spin on it. Very rapid spin on this right now. So this is back on the ground. This is potentially an intense tornado right now approaching Jeffersonville. Everyone in Jeffersonville, get to your safe spots right now. There's going to be on you within 5 to 10 minutes. And we have multiple views on the ground from chasers that does show that we have a rapidly spinning tornado here. And there's going to be in central Wayne County. Just a lot of spin on it. Just a lot of spin on it right now as this is approaching Jeffersonville. Can't share any of this because of copyright reasons, but just getting some incredible views. And they've gone ahead and upped this to a PDS tornado warning. Particularly dangerous situation. So this is now producing another strong tornado right now, ripping up trees at this current time. We did pick up a new tornado warning again for this one in central Clinton County, if I got that right. Yeah, central Clinton County. And it's going to be for the possibility of a tornado. So this is now warned again. So everybody in the path of that needs to be seeking shelter immediately. But yeah, right now, if we go in and check the tornado debris signature on this, yeah, you can see a pretty deep tornado debris signature with that one right now. So it is producing damage. We did see through the we did see through ground views from storm chasers that this was ripping up trees. Not sure about structures right now. Yeah, there's going to be occluding here towards Jeffersonville. And right now, this storm is completely by itself. And they've gone ahead and issued a new tornado warning all the way up towards Edwardsport. And you can see that developing rotation. This is the area that I highlighted here. That's going to be east of Russellville, making its way eastward towards Edwardsport and then towards Plainville. And this is going to be in effect till 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And there's going to be a part of, by the way, over the next few days, we have slight risk lined up for basically, for basically a lot of this, for basically the entirety of this week, all the way up towards Thursday. And that's going to continue to provide severe weather across the country. Newest scan right here, you can see that rotation there has fizzled out. We're going to see on the ground here if the tornado has fizzled out or if it's still on the ground through our ground views. Going to check for a tornado debris signature here. Not really much, just debris fall at this point. So it does appear that this has lifted or is significantly weakened. But however, everyone in Jeffersonville just remain in their safe spots and we can get you out of it. But the newest scan is a lot more hopeful, where we can probably get this out of here soon. But yeah, we are up to 13 tornado warnings on the board. 13 tornado warnings are currently on the board right now. And we just got an extension of that tornado warning all the way towards Spencer. And yeah, the one near Spencer, that's going to be warned until 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it's going to be moving east at 35 miles per hour. Let's go and get this new tornado warning here in Clinton from this perspective. And you can see that developing rotation here north of Beckemer. I'm not trying to say that. And there's going to be a warrant for areas along Highway 50 in Clinton County. And this storm is basically by itself too, so this could be something that we could be concerned about for the possibility of a tornado touching down. And we do have some pretty solid rotation with this at this current moment. We're currently scanning this around 5,000 feet up. Let's check for a tornado debris signature. I don't see one at the moment, but this will be capable of producing a tornado here along Highway 127. Yeah, newest scan rotation has basically fizzled out. If we take a look at the upper levels, still some upper level rotation with this, so this is always still capable of producing a tornado. If we go back out to the look at this hook echo over here near Claremont. That is a very impressive hook echo forming near Claremont. This is in a big area of rotation. That's gonna be southeast of Claremont, moving to the east towards Lawrenceville. So everyone in Lawrenceville needs to be in their safe spots immediately. It's going to be moving east at 45 miles per hour for a tornado and quarter-sized tail. And if we go ahead and check for a tornado debris signature, and it does appear we might have one right here. We're going to wait an additional scan, but that's likely a tornado on the ground here. It's going to be southeast of Claremont. There's going to be moving to the east towards places south of Summer. And yep, they just confirmed it. So yeah, this is a tornado on the ground. Is a tornado on the ground for... Let's get the county information for Lawrence and Richland counties. Lawrence and Richland counties are in this. Central Lawrence and East Central Richland County. Get to your safe spots immediately. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground here that is capable of producing some tornado damage. And right now, let's see if we got any chasers on this. No chasers are currently on it. So right now, there's going to be continuing to move to the east towards Bridgeport. Bridgeport needs to be in their safe spots immediately. If this does start shifting north, Lawrenceville would be hit. But yeah, we are currently tracking what appears to be another strong tornado in progress. So you can see that tornado debris signature right there. So everybody in the path of that needs to be in their safe spots immediately. And we did just pick up a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way. This is a giant new severe thunderstorm warning for possible tornadoes and 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. It's going to be in effect till 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. And yeah, you can see that new scan we just picked up. That does show we have a strong tornado in progress here. That might even be a bit of a debris ball that we're seeing right now. Southeast of Claremont. So this is going to be capable of producing strong tornado damage here. So we're going to be calling everybody out. Let's get the information. Everybody out in Central Lawrence and East Central Richland County. All right. It's going to be the areas going to be calling out here. Camera coverage, again, I know we do provide live coverage a lot on this channel. It's going to be very limited. It will be very limited. Just because a lot of these areas are in rural areas and Illinois does not provide that much of good cameras. All the ones on the Department of Transportation's is picture cameras only. So we're gonna have to be relying on other sources to get that, but we might be able to pick one up here in Lawrenceville. Because obviously you don't want to be like the clickbaity type where we say we have live cameras, but we don't actually show any. But yeah, newest scan right here, southwest of Summer. That's going to be for... Let's go ahead and check the tornado debris signature here. The tornado debris signature has gone a lot more fainter now that we have crossed into Lawrence County. Now that we've crossed into Lawrence County. However, that could be because it's not hitting anything. Because you can see, if we take away the radar, you can see how rural this area is. So that could just be because it's not hitting anything. So we're going to need to still treat it as a tornado on the ground. And get everybody in Lawrence County, Central Lawrence County, Western... There's going to be for Western Lawrence County, Central Lawrence County, and Eastern Lawrence County. needs to be in their safe spots. And right now, if I use this site, we might be able to get something out of it. Let's go ahead and get one out of Illinois. Yeah, choose a region. There is not a camera available for us to use out here. All right, so newest scan. This one we could probably get out of here very soon. The rotation on this has really fizzled out. Jeffersonville, you're in the clear now. Fairfield, you're in the clear. And everybody else in that box, you'll probably just need to stay sheltered for probably like 3 to 5 more minutes. But right now the rotation has really weakened on that. So I'm no longer really concerned about it for at least the time being. Everyone along Interstate 57, southwest of Salem, you got a area of circulation about to cross through. And then this rotation over here approaching Xena is gotten very broader since we last checked in. We'll see what they do with that here soon. They have dropped a lot of the tornado warnings here that was in effect. That train of tornado warnings that we had. And then this one would be for a broad area rotation. Don't see much there right now. That's worrying. And then this one right here, the rotation on this is pretty weak at most, but it can easily spin up into something. These types of tornadoes can spin up very quickly. So that's going to be an area of concern. And then they also did, I'm not sure how long this was a confirmed tornado for, but they did confirm a tornado was on the ground with this one near Patricksburg. And there was a phonocloud report out of there for a phonocloud northwest of the elementary school in Patricksburg. And it's going to be for areas northwest of Spencer. So everyone northwest of Spencer needs to be in their safe spots. And it's going to be a part of central Owen County that we're going to be worried about for that. In the newest scan, if you go ahead and take a look at a tornado debris signature. Right now, I don't see one. I think that one's just contamination. But I'll go ahead and just double check. Yeah, that's just contamination. Your rotation would be right here south of Summer. So yeah, the rotation has really weakened since we last checked, but it still has a pretty interesting looking hook echo right now that we gotta be concerned about. And this one over here north of Bicknell. Bicknell? I think I'm butchering that, but that's gonna be moving towards Highway 67. Towards Edwardsport. So let's see real quick if we got a tornado debris signature. I don't see one with that one right now. But that is something I would watch as well. Yeah, Xena, you're not under tornado warning right now. You are in a severe thunderstorm warning for the possibility of a tornado. You're currently in the strongest part of this storm that was producing a tornado. So you might get you're probably experiencing some gusty winds and maybe some hail right now. And if we go back to this storm right here, I guess we'll check it from St. Louis again. It's going to be in Clinton County. We're still tracking that area rotation along Highway 50 in Clinton County. There's still something I am keeping a very close eye on to see if it does try to produce into a tornado. But right now there is a big radar. I mean, a big camera coverage gap in this general location. I know we got some in Mount Vernon, but there's nothing going on in Mount Vernon right now. Yeah, just an overall big gap in camera coverage right here. We did pick up a new severe thunderstorm warning here. All right, we are back. So yeah, severe thunderstorm warning for Bloomington. We'll get a camera up there in Bloomington at the university there. We've been using that a couple of times this season. Unless that's down. Never mind. Okay, we're still up on that. Nice. We'll go and get that pulled up. Okay, there we go. Now we are up on that. Try using that mic instead. We're gonna hear some clicks, but the other ones are not working. So they issued a new tornado warning, by the way. There's gonna be for areas northeast of Spencer, and there's gonna be right near an area where we were tracking a tornado here near Steinsville, where we seemingly, I'm pretty sure if I remember this correctly, this is, yeah, Monroe County. Yeah, Monroe County. We had a strong, well, an intense tornado in northern Monroe County. Now, I'm pretty sure it was later rated an EF3 for the tree damage that it caused. We had a new tornado warning. We picked up a new tornado warning, so let's go in and check that out. There's going to be for areas east of Interstate 57, south of Salem. There's going to be moving towards Kell. And it's going to remain over mostly over rural areas of southeast of Marion County. There's going to be an effect till 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time for a possible tornado moving east at 35 miles per hour. And we could see up here, there's going to be a tornado that we're still tracking. If we go out this way, there's going to be for a possible tornado along Highway 50. That still has a very impressive a signature on radar. So they might be getting ready to extend this further eastward, probably into Salem. But yeah, this is a storm that's by itself right now. You can see that very impressive hail core as well. That suggests that this is a pretty strong storm that's capable of producing a tornado here. In terms of tornado debris signature, I don't see one at the moment. But we are going to be keeping a very close eye on that. They did drop the tornado warning completed that was in effect for Fairfield. So right now it is no longer expected to produce a tornado, but it could always produce another one in the future. As that does have a history of producing two tornadoes now, two strong tornadoes. As for this area right here near Bridgeport, don't see anything of a 20-degree signature. Rotation is not really the best on it right now. The hook echo is there, but the rotation on velocity is not that strong. And I do wish to get rid of all of that right there. All the cropping so you can get a better view. There we go. But yeah, we are going to stay on for probably another hour. Make sure that we're not going to be missing any other strong tornadoes today. There's obviously an overperforming event, so we decided to hop on here and provide some coverage for you guys. I'm gonna have to pull out a radar feed real quick so I can pop this out. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. We did pick up a new tornado warning all the way towards Odin. Or Odon. Moving east at 30 miles per hour until 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we still have several flash flood warnings in effect, by the way. All these will probably expire in a couple hours from now. I'm not going to check every single one of them and see when they expire. But they should expire in a couple hours. That's usually how long they're in effect for. And it's going to be moving towards Highway 51 here. This tornado warning storm. We'll see if they want to extend it towards places into Salem. It's going to be moving towards Highway 51 and eventually right towards the Salem area. Either tornado warned or not. We're still picking up 70-mile-per-hour wind gust reports with this with this line of storms here that's going to be moving across Indiana. Bloomington's about to be in this here within probably 10 to 15 minutes. Where we have a camera up there on the top right of the university there, located in Bloomington. And this warning is warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds, not 70. But the strongest part of this does appear like it is going to be going through the Bloomington area. And right now we're down to 7 tornado warnings at this current time. We were at 13 at one point during the stream as we're about to hit an hour of streaming. And right now, I'm going to go in and check social media and see if we have any signs of tornado damage. Any photos of tornado damage from this. Let's go in and see if we got any signs of tornado damage. I don't see any photos at the moment of tornado damage. Just a lot of the ones that we've seen from the last couple days. And there you go, new tornado warning here for Salem. And this is actually, I'm pretty sure, including all of Marion County. If we go in to confirm that, I'm pretty sure that is including all of Marion. Yeah, so everybody in Marion County is now in a tornado warning, including Salem. So if you're in Marion County, get to your tornado shelters immediately. I'm pretty sure this is for the fact that we're tracking multiple areas of rotation here in Marion County. Oh yeah, so looking at the warning information, they're warning it for this one right here that's approaching Odin, And then they've also warned a tornado near Vernon. This is in northern Marion County. So this is warned for these two storms right here near Vernon and now one approaching Highway 51. So all of Marion County is now in a tornado warning. So if you're in Marion County, get to shelter right now. And actually, if you count it, we're tracking 3 areas of rotation here, including the one near Kell, which was already under a tornado warning. So they've issued a new tornado warning, by the way. This one is for the one that has a history of producing tornadoes. This is going to be moving towards Bone Gap. And it's going to be moving east at 35 miles per hour till 7 o'clock Central. So areas along Highway 130, north of Albion, all the way towards into Bone Gap. It's going to be for East Central Wayne County, Central Wabash County, and Central Edwards County. And yeah, Bloomington starting to get into it, as you can see on the top right. Wind gusts of 60 miles per hour is possible with that storm. And if we go over to this storm right here, you can actually see what appear to be an area of a strong rotation south of Edwardsport that has since pretty fizzled out. Do we have a tornado breeze signature of that one? No, not that I could see. Let's go ahead and take this camera full as we're seeing we're starting to see that line of storms make its way through Bloomington. So yeah, let's go ahead and keep that full. Wind gust of upwards to 60 miles per hour is ongoing with this. You can see some of the wind. You can see the winds picking up with the trees kind of blowing in the wind. I'm pretty sure this is facing east, because if not, we would be able to see the shelf cloud with this. It might say on the website where it's facing, but right now I just want to take it full. But you can now see the rain coming down hard. Spin up tornadoes are also possible with this line, by the way. As we're seeing Bloomington get into it. Again, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. I mean, this area, just this area from like Indiana to Illinois has been hammered hard in terms of severe weather this year. And again, for example, the event from June 17th, June 11th, I'm pretty sure if I got that right, June 10th. I'm pretty sure April 17th, and I think a day in March, just to name a few. And now down to 6 tornado warnings, by the way, as we're seeing this line of storms come through Bloomington. The rotation east of Vernon is starting to get going now. As that's going to be approaching Interstate 57. That's going to be moving towards the spot we covered earlier on the stream. And then the areas west of Odin is starting to get into that rotation. So everyone west of Odin and along Highway 51 needs to be in their safe spots. New severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, from areas... Whoa, okay, that's a lot of rain coming down now. As visibility is rapidly dropping. The new severe thunderstorm warning currently in effect for a lot of counties in western Indiana, southwestern Indiana, for the possibility of a tornado and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. And yeah, so we're gonna get ahead and pull away from this in a second because we do have a important update to share. We're actually gonna pull away now. As we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. You can see, I'm pretty sure, if I had to guess, this would be the one near Vernon. was west of Odin. So actually, no, they confirmed the one that was in effect near Odin. The confirmed tornado was west of Odin or 6 miles north of Centralia. Butchered that, but that's going to be for a confirmed tornado on the ground moving towards Odin. So everyone in Odin and Salem, get to your safe spots right now. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. And I thought it was for this one right here because this one looks like it's developing some pretty strong rotation. And it's going to be for an emergency management confirmed tornado until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we're now down to 5 tornado warnings, but this one is confirmed on the ground. So everyone in Salem, everyone in Marion County needs to be in their safe spots because, again, we're also tracking area of strong rotation developing in northern Marion. But everyone in western and central Marion, that tornado is confirmed on the ground. They've also dropped that tornado warning for Kell for that storm, but they're still in this confirmed air tornado warning from the from this tornado over here. This is on top of Sandoval now. Sandoval. And it's going to be moving towards Odin. So everyone in Odin, get to your safe spots right now. And everyone in Salem. Basically, everyone in Marion County is the area we're calling out. You can start to see a new hook echoes forming here with this storm, so it could be trying to it might be trying to produce another tornado here along Highway 130 into Bone Gap. So that means again we could see another tornado form with this into Bone Gap. They did drop areas in northwestern Marion out of the warning. So that's going to be places in Vernon. So if you're in Vernon South along 51 in northwestern Marion County, you are now in the clear. Everybody else needs to be in their safe spots. And that's going to be an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And this tornado warned storm, this one has still been having a pretty impressive hook echo south of Lawrenceville. Might be trying to get itself back together here along Highway 1, the southeast of Lawrenceville. But we are going to have to watch and see. New tornado warning has been issued, by the way, for places northeast of Bloomington. There's going to be for the potential of quick spin-up tornadoes. There's going to be in effect until 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And some of this is going to be including the areas where we saw that strong tornado. Very strong tornado. On June 17th. So, Trevlock, you're back in a tornado warning. You can see that rotation clear as day near 37. And this is going to be crossing into the same areas that tornado crossed on June 17th that pulled down a lot of trees. So, if you are in this area, I mean, you already know what to do by this point from what you had to do on June 17th, but you need to be in your safe spots immediately. No signs of a tornado debris signature at the moment, but considering how it looks on velocity, this could quickly spin up. And we'll check back in on that in due time. And one near Plainville, again, it's a very broad area rotation right now. Seems like it did have a brief period of intensification near Edwardsport. but that since weakened. You can see this storm here, by the way, and you're approaching Bone Gap and Highway 130. You can see that trying to curl up a hook right now. And that does have a history of producing a tornado. It's still basically by itself, has no interference right now. And now, and before this storm, this storm seems like it was going to be approaching this storm, but now it seems like it's going to be going off doing its own thing for a while. And that could produce a tornado. And yep, there's your extension, by the way. It's going to be moving all the way towards Washington, Monroe City, and Wheatland. And there's going to be in effect until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, moving to the east at 30 miles per hour. Although this tornado warning is more faced east-southeastward, rather than due east. Taking a look from both radars here for these two storms. Rotation here on the northern one seems to have fizzled out a little bit, but the one near Odin, that's the one we're concerned about. Still has a pretty good signature over Odin, and now approaching Salem. So Salem, remain in your safe spots, and hopefully you can get that northern storm to weaken below, to weaken significantly. I think now that line passed, I'm going to go back to our radar feed. Where can we possibly get this again? We could probably get it along Interstate 65 if we want to. I'll go in and check Columbus, though, because I know Columbus is decently sized. So yeah, please do hold. Yeah, we have a couple, but we'll go ahead and pop them up when we can. Right now, we just do gotta set it up. Just give me 1 second real quick. I'm gonna readjust. All right, we are back. Okay, so yeah, so I think we covered everything so far. We are going to be waiting a bit to actually we're going to check in on this because you can see another couplet's forming here along west of Highway 130, west of Bone Gap. So this could be another area to watch very closely, as it does have a history of producing multiple strong tornadoes. So that could be a brand new area to watch very closely. All right, we are back on again. We are doing have internet issues. And yeah, so if we go back out west, again, we're about to see Salem. about to be in that tornado warning storm. One along Interstate 57. Not too powerful right now, not too concerned. Yeah, we're going to be tracking that one very closely to see if that does redevelop again. And over here, you can see that couplet reforming as it just crossed the state line. And this will be this does have a history of producing a tornado. Seems like it was a brief tornado that was on the ground with this one. And we're gonna be watching very carefully to see if this does stay together, as it's gonna be approaching Highway 41 as we're now tracking this into Indiana. And then this area, broad rotation southeast to Plainville, that's going to be continuing to move to the east here towards Highway 231 to the Hoosier State. We did pick up a new tornado warning here for areas northwest of Martinsville. Martinsville, you are out of this, but right now, areas over Paragon. Areas Nova Paragon, you want to be in your safe spots. You can put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. These can spin up really quickly. And newest scan's a bit more is a bit more hopeful on this one. Not too intense right now, but you can see that spin, that broad spin near Trevelac. There's gonna be in northern Monroe County. I'm pretty sure this also includes northwestern Brown County. Yeah, northwestern Brown County is in that. But yeah, those are the only tornado warnings that we have on the board right now. Back up to 8. Wait, there's about to be on 130 here within moments. There's going to be on Highway 130 probably within 3 minutes. And eventually make its way towards Bone Gap. So everybody in Bone Gap needs to be in your safe spots. As this has already jumped the county line into, I'm pretty sure this is Wabash County. He just picked up a new tornado warning here for places northwest of Evansville. And this is a storm that we've been watching, actually. And it's going to be in the Hoosier State, southwestern Indiana. Where this also includes the radar site here in Evansville, near Evansville. There's going to be until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, moving east at 40 miles per hour. And it's going to be including areas along Interstate 64. Currently, the radar's too contaminated. Well, I mean, it's getting too close to the radar for us to get any good radar data. So we are going to have to wait a little bit to get that. But right now, everybody in that polygon, get to your safe spots right now. There's a radar-indicated storm. This is going to be in effect till 7:15 p.m. It's going to be in effect till 7:15 p.m. All right, we're back. But yeah, summer solstice, we're not gonna have to be worried about losing camera views because when it comes nighttime, it becomes really hard to see anything. I think we'll probably go for another hour and then we'll probably wrap things up. And yeah, so there's gonna be moving towards Salem. Everyone in Salem remaining in their safe spots. Right now, this area rotation, not too worried about it. Everyone in Western Marion, Northwestern Marion, you are out of this warning. You are out of it. We have Bloomington, you're almost out of that line that's producing tornadoes and strong winds. Everybody south of Indy, you're going to be in this here soon. This could produce some tornadoes and some strong winds. Tornadoes and strong winds. Yeah, we'll for sure hop back on if there's more strong tornadoes after this. Yeah, since this is an emergency stream, this is not. It's supposed to be a long-term coverage, as we don't have. We're not prepared for that right now. So just an overall update on the tornadoes from the last couple of days. The one near Effingham that we had on stream, that one's been rated 150 miles per hour. That one's been rated 150. And that one was actually on the ground west near Beecher City. So it was on the ground longer than what radar was suggesting. And it briefly lifted over Island Grove, then dropped an EF1. And then the one that we had in northern Monroe. If you just give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to find it. Why I'm looking in the wrong place. Pretty sure that was either an EF2 or EF3. The main tornado watch that we do have an effect, by the way. That's going to remain in effect until midnight Eastern. Yeah, the one for Indiana is in effect till midnight Eastern, and then the one in Illinois is in effect till 9 o'clock. Yeah, a couple of here fell apart very quick, which is good news. If you go ahead and go to the Indiana Department of Transportation, you go in and go there. We might be able to get some brief camera views. We can get one that's pointing northbound. Right, so there is two camera views I'm going to pull up here. These two are going to be in Indiana. They're going to be on this storm. Let's go and take a switch over. There we go. Yeah, on the top right of your screen, you can see two cameras that are going to be on this storm. Nothing much I currently see right now, just you can see the low-level clouds from this rotating storm. And the one on the top left, the one on the left facing west, the one on the right facing north. New tornado warning for Mount Vernon. There's going to be in effect until... Let's get the time. 7. Wow, the internet's sure been dropping a lot, but Yeah, this for a new tornado warning for downtown Mount Vernon till 7:30 p.m. This is going to be for a possible tornado moving east at 35. Yeah, this is the only camera in the area that we have on this. We can't get it any closer. I'm pretty sure this is right near the Griffin area. I'll go and I'm gonna just pop this out and take a look at the other angles to make sure that's not like we're not like facing it, because I know sometimes the camera operator will change when the camera's facing like the opposite direction and turn it right at the rotation. Yeah, right now they haven't. Right now they have not. So let me go ahead and see if we can get a camera in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Illinois camera. And we'll go ahead and see if we can get one pulled up. Let's see. Anyone that we could use? No, just getting some from other states. Is there a picture camera in the area? Let's take a look. And your answer is going to be no. There is not. But yeah, on the top right, you could actually see that wall cloud, and that might be actually be the wall cloud we're seeing on the right. And if any of these show anything, we'll be sure to swap to them. Or just even take it full entirely. Yeah, very impressive wall cloud that we're seeing. Go ahead and actually take that full for a second. If we're able. Yeah, here's a full view of that rotating storm near Griffin. I don't see anything on the ground yet, but it is certainly developing into a possible tornado. It's a very impressive wall cloud. And this is certainly capable of producing a tornado. And with these could always be on the ground, but it's not fully condensed. These could always be on the ground, but it's not fully condensed. Oh yeah, now we're starting to see that spin. We're starting to see a lot of spin with that. I don't think this is operated, so once this gets out of frame, that'll be it. But yeah, on the radar, we're starting to see that hook form a little more. So so that is a live view of that rotating storm that's going to be capable of producing a tornado. And that's going to be going off frame here momentarily, as I don't think this is operated. Oh yeah, you can see the gusts really picking up. This is right near the Griffin area. Going to give that a refresh. I'd be starting to see. Now it's kind of starting hard to see what it is. But there might be a funnel. There could easily be a funnel with that. I don't think that's operated, as they would have for sure turned that camera by now. Going to take a look at this camera, and whoa, look at those gusts. Gusts are rapidly increasing, and this could easily go to 40, 50, maybe even 60. As we're seeing that tornado warnings from continuing to move east towards the radar site. But really, it would have been great if he had a camera that was facing more northwest. I mean, northeast. Cameras downstream on the dot website. There is no cameras on the dot website right now. We're still gonna have that camera up just in case there is some operator that gets to it, but right now I don't see that happening. But yeah, there's gonna be east of Griffin now, where we did see what was very likely that wall cloud. I was starting to have some pretty good spin to it. It's gonna be near Interstate 64, moving towards areas into Fort Branch. Let's get the county information if I can't, if I don't butcher these. This will be in effect for. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be butchering those, unfortunately. Vanderburg, Southern Gibson, and Northeastern Posse counties. I tried saying that the best I could, but I for sure butchered that. Okay, those are going to be the counties impacted by this. They're going to be areas north of Evansville, Indiana. And as we go back out here, you can see that hook echo is still pretty impressive, although there's not really much of a signature of that one at this current moment. And we're starting to see, we did pick up a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, all the way up towards Mitchell for 70-mile-per-hour wind gust and a possible tornado. They've also dropped these two tornado warnings while we were looking at that tornado near Griffin, Indiana. And it's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust approaching Interstate 65. But yeah, we're still picking up a strong area rotation near Woodlawn. And the one near Woodlawn will be an area of concern. As we see that continue to move east. And it's going to be in effect till 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Moving east at 30 miles per hour. They pick up a new tornado warning with this, by the way, up towards Mitchell as well. You can see that strong area rotation trying to kick up here near Highway 231. That we continue to move to the east-southeast. I think we're going to go back to radar feed now, as I do not believe that I don't think there's an operator on that right now, so they're not going to be tilting it at the warned storm right here. You're either looking at a wall cloud or a pretty scary lowering right there. Yeah, there's not really any cameras available downstream. There is one that's outside of the warning area. That'll be northeast of Melody Hill, but that I just think that's going to be too far away for us to see anything on it. The one thing I will do, because we actually do have a camera on this storm, on this tornado warning storm is that we're going to go ahead and switch our camera over. Not sure where this exactly is. So I'm just going to put Indiana on this one. But this is going to be for this tornado warned storm. Let's see if we got any cameras any closer. No, we do got one in Mitchell, though, if it does go there. But we'll stay on that camera for now. Oh, and I'm pretty sure that headline was, the headline there is wrong. Let me go and go back to radar feed and fix that. Because I forgot I got these into two separate things. Oh, now the headlines disappeared. Let me... Oh, because it didn't copy properly. Yeah, that was a good catch. I didn't mean for that to be there, obviously. I can't... Well, the headline's disappearing. Let me, I'm just gonna do like a bunch of space bars. So I can maybe get it over here. There we go. Move that over here. Get over here. There we go. Yeah, back on track here. New tornado warning for Columbus. Again, these types of storms could produce spin-up tornadoes. At this current moment, new tornado warning has been issued, by the way, for areas near Johnsonville and areas to the southeast of there towards Mount Erie. Yeah, we're going to be waiting for another update here. I'm pretty sure my radar might be down, so I'm just going to go ahead and start repolling. As it's saying that we're not getting any new radar data for some reason. Seems like we are experiencing some technical issues, so we're gonna go ahead and get this radar resetted, and we'll be back here in just a second. So just hold, please. All right, there we go. All right. Go ahead and just get rid of all those spaces. All right, there we go. And yeah, this is a one-man show right now, so I got to do everything myself at the moment. So that's why it's not like a full-scale production or anything. But yeah, this area we're going to be watching very closely. You can start to see that hook form. And it is a pretty interesting signature. But yeah, you can see that hook forming along areas north of Poseyville. It's going to be moving to the east here along areas north of Interstate 64 in southwestern Indiana. And we have this area rotation as well. That's going to be near Jeffersonville. So everyone in Jeffersonville, you need to be back in your safe spots. No tornado debris signature at that one at the moment. But there's going to be chugging along eastward and will be in effect until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, moving east at 30 miles per hour. And still tracking a broad area rotation here near Mount Vernon as well. And we do have a area of rotation developing southeast of Indian Springs. We have a camera near that area, but I don't think we're going to see anything anymore with that. If we swap over to the radar in Indy, yeah, south of Indy. Yeah, broad area rotation. Spin up tornado is possible with that one, but not too concerned. That warning will expire at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And yeah, if you look at this newest scan, you can see a very like for how close to the radar this is a very intense signature that we're getting on radar. And obviously it's a very contaminated because this is very close to the radar. Very, very close. But this is an area that we are going to have to be pretty concerned about here. So we're going to need everybody here in southwestern Indiana, south of Princeton, north of Evansville, to seek shelter immediately, as this could be producing a strong tornado here at any moment if this holds together. And no cameras in that vicinity. But there's gonna be this could produce a strong tornado here. Right near the radar site. So elsewhere before, as we wait for the next scan on that one, this one over here near Jeffersonville, you could see that strong, that decent area of rotation where we could see a tornado. That has a pretty good hook echo on it. Tornado debris signature wise, nothing I see in terms of tornado debris signature, but still an area I'm going to be watching very closely, as that could drop a tornado here over Highway 45 if that holds together. And elsewhere, this area rotation, very, very broad. Nothing that I would be too concerned about right now, but this still will produce gusty winds at this current moment. We did pick up a new tornado warning over here near Sunfield, all the way up towards Interstate 57. This is going to be in effect till 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, moving to the east at 25 miles per hour for a tornado and quarter-sized tail. Yeah, here's your newest scan. There's going to be there's going to be south of Owensville, southwest of Owensville, south of the radar site. And obviously, because it is that close to the radar site, radar data is not going to be the best, but you can see just from what we can see, the velocity on this is pretty strong. So this is capable of producing a strong tornado here, if not already. Yeah, right now we have covered the bases. Let's go back to our multi-cam real quick. I'm pretty sure we're also doing with a few severe thunderstorm warnings out here to the southwest of this slight risk. Right now, we're just gonna be waiting for an update here. Just standing by for an update. If we go ahead and check for what we can see on the ground. I don't see anything on the ground right now from storm chasers. But obviously, this is going to be an area of concern. Yeah, look at that new scan we just got. And this is very likely a strong tornado either about to form or already in progress. This is going to be south of Owensville now, going directly for Fort Branch. So if we're in the Fort Branch area, you want to go ahead and seek shelter immediately, as this is likely producing a strong tornado right here, right near the radar site. So everybody in Fort Branch needs to be in their safe spots immediately. We're picking up some pretty gusty winds on the top right camera. Probably around 40 on that. I'm pretty sure some of that's warned for 70. Yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning has been warned for 70-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, very concerning scan. We're going to be waiting for the next one here. Going back over here, rotation's gotten a little bit less strong on that. We're probably just going to stick on multicam because we're starting to pick up some decent gusts right now. Let's go ahead and take that camera full for a bit, actually. Where you could see wind gusts are rapidly increasing. And this is going to be right near that tornado warned storm. And these are going to be gusts, probably gusting up to 50, maybe 60. We're starting to see some leaves blow in the wind here. So definitely probably a 50-mile-per-hour gust somewhere in that. Maybe 60, but definitely 40 to 50 on that we just seen. And I do want to see if we do got a tornado debris signature of that one right now. No, we do not. Yeah, that is a broad area rotation that we're tracking. Yeah, going back out this way, I mean, this is just a very strong area of circulation, especially this close to the radar. I mean, we're scanning this, like, not even 150 feet off the ground. So there's a lot of ground clutter. But yeah, as this gets further away from the radar towards Fort Branch, we'll be able to get even better of a picture on this. But yeah, just from what we're seeing right there, this could be a strong tornado in progress southwest of Fort Branch. And as we wait for further information, we'll keep you, we're going to go in and check in on these other tornado warnings. The one south of Indian Springs, it's very broad. They will probably drop this here. However, I could see a case for 60 to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts from this in the future. And then this one here, this one they're probably getting ready to drop. Well, we'll go in and check in on it real quick near Columbus and see if it has formed into something. Right now, not much. There isn't that much spin on it. Very broad at best. But here's your newest scan. You can see that very impressive hook. This is some very impressive radar data that we're getting. So everybody in Fort Branch, you need to be in your safe spots immediately, as this is very clearly a tornado likely in progress right now, and maybe even a strong one in progress that is approaching the Fort Branch area. So yeah, everybody needs to be in their safe spots. They also just confirmed a tornado on the ground here east of Sunfield, and this is going to be confirmed by weather spotters moving east at 25 miles per hour until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And it's going to be for the potential of a damaging tornado approaching areas in central Perry, southwestern Jefferson, and northwestern Franklin counties. So everybody in that tornado has been confirmed on the ground. You need to take your tornado precautions immediately. So going back up here, Mount Vernon, right now, very broad rotation on the one north of Mount Vernon. There might be something trying to kick up here southwest of Mount Vernon. But we'll keep an eye on that. The one near Jeffersonville, that one has really gone weaker, which is good news. But we're going to keep an eye on it for any signs of redevelopment in the future. But yeah, I mean, the elephant in the room, oh my goodness. Yeah, the elephant in the room is going to be the one southeast of Owensville. I mean, just a very strong signature that we're getting. This is likely a strong tornado in progress here. And again, we're scanning this now 160 feet off the ground. Just a very impressive hook signature on that. And it's going to be moving directly for Fort Branch. So everyone in Fort Branch, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. Uh, Fort Branch, Indiana webcam. I don't see anything there. We'll check this site. If we can, because this is obviously a strong tornado in progress here. Going to get one out of check Indiana. Oh, massive debris ball. Massive debris ball. Big debris ball on radar. So this is a strong, intense tornado on the ground. There's an intense tornado on the ground going for Fort Branch. Everybody in Fort Branch, you need to be in your safe spots right now. That is a big time debris ball. Can we please try getting a camera out there? Okay, no cameras in that area, but this is a strong tornado for Fort Branch. I mean, I would probably issue a tornado emergency on this. This is a very strong tornado in progress, approaching the Fort Branch area. If you check our tornado debris signature, just a massive one right there. And it's going to be moving directly for Fort Branch. So everyone in Fort Branch, you want to take your tornado precautions immediately. This is a intense tornado on the ground, going directly for Fort Branch and areas along Highway 41, south of Princeton. And this is just a major tornado. Everyone in Evansville is going to remain north of you. Everyone in Interstate 64 is going to remain north of you. Yeah, just a strong tornado in progress. They're either going to issue a PDS or a tornado emergency. All right, we're back on air, and yep, there's your PDS. That has to be PDS. No, that is not a PDS. That is a tornado confirmed, but there's a strong tornado going right for Fort Branch, based off that debris ball that we're seeing on radar. Just a very strong velocity signature approaching the Fort Branch area. So everyone in Fort Branch remain in your safe spots. This also includes areas in Oakland City, Somerville. Let's go ahead and get an update here. Princeton, by the way, is also in that. Mackey's in that. France. Wait, hold up. I'm trying to check because I think we might have a ground view. We might have a ground view. Okay, never mind. Can't use that one, but that's going to be moving towards Fort Branch along Highway 41. I'm kind of shocked they didn't go PDS on that one, but that does not matter. You need to be in your safe spots right now. A strong tornado is in progress right now. There's going to be a strong tornado on the ground. They did highlight this area, by the way, that tornado threat is continuing until 8:30 p.m. And it's going to be moving towards Fort Branch. And okay, so yeah, they have upped it to a PDS tornado warning now, particularly dangerous situation for Fort Branch. So again, everyone in Fort Branch, you need to be in your safe spots right now. And this is, like, velocity-wise, this is the strongest tornado that we've seen on stream so far. And we're scanning this very low, like about 200 feet. 200 feet. This is basically the best tornado data that you're going to get on a radar. And if we zoom out here, because we did pick up a new tornado warning, because again, despite what's going on, we don't want to neglect anybody. We did pick up a new tornado warning here, for areas in Orleans and Chambersburg and areas northwest of there. There's going to be for a possible tornado until 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for northern Orange County. Yeah, newest update, still showing a tornado on the ground here near Fort Branch. And Fort Branch here, you need to remain in your safe spots for probably 15 to 20 minutes. So yeah, Fort Branch, this could go north of you. The good news is that this could go north of you. But remaining in your safe spots. I mean, we got some big buildings in the path of this. It's just about to cross Highway 41 here within moments. And if you remember, we actually caught this on stream near Griffin, where we had a pretty impressive wall cloud. Yeah, newest scan here. It is starting to move more north, which could mean that it's occluding, where we normally see a sudden shift to the north. And then if that's the case, it would probably start moving to the northwest. So it could be occluding right now, but everyone needs to remain in their safe spots here. Yeah, if we go over here, you can see that debris ball that we had on radar. And yeah, so this has some very crazy movement to it right now. This about to curve. This is currently performing a hard left turn, which could either mean it's occluding or it just has some very crazy motion to it. And we're hoping that's the former. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing here over the next couple minutes, but we need everyone to remain in their safe spots. As again, this storm is completely by itself right now. And we still have a confirmed tornado over here. Well, let's see if it's still confirmed or back down to radar indicated. It's still confirmed on the ground here, approaching Interstate 57. Right now, I don't see much with that. So they might get ready to drop that unless it shows something on St. Louis. We'll just check St. Louis, I guess. Yeah, I don't see much. So they might get ready to drop that here sooner or extend it as a regular tornado warning in case they're worried about it reforming. Yeah, Mount Vernon, you got an area rotation coming your way, very broad right now, not too concerned. And then still tracking a broad area rotation east of Jeffersonville right now. So yeah, as we wait for the next updates, let's go to this way. Yeah, another area. Still very broad rotation. Still, they did extend it further. But right now, nothing too concerning. They did issue a new tornado warning here north of Columbus. And yeah, you could actually see a more defined rotation on this one. Oh yeah, you could actually see right here. Do we have a tornado on the ground with that one? We might have. We might have had a tornado on the ground with that one, at least a brief one. That would be a south of Taylorsville. But now, but if it was on the ground, that is likely lifted, but still moving towards Clifford. So if you're in Clifford in the Hope area, you need to be seeking shelter here. It's going to be in effect till 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Moving east at 15, so it is a slow mover. It is a slow mover. And newest scan here, now north of Fort Branch. Making a hard left turn. And honestly, I think that left turn saved Fort Branch. Because I think that was like going directly. Let me readjust. Because you might hear background noise. That was going for Fort Branch. And it made a hard left turn. So we're gonna be keeping a close eye on that. And then going back over here, again, this is another area I am worried about. This is east of Jeffersonville. It did have a brief time northwest of Jeffersonville where it seemed like it could drop a tornado, but it kind of weakened, and now it seems like it is starting to pick back up here. So everyone east of Jeffersonville, northwest of Golden Gate, need to be in their safe spots immediately. We did pick up a new tornado warning here east of Bone Gap, where we have a broad area circulation east of Bone Gap, moving to the east towards areas along Highway 1 and Highway 15 at the state line. Let's check in on this one. They still have a weather spotter confirmed tornado on this one over here approaching Interstate 57. They did drop areas east of Sunfield out of the warning. So if you're west of Highway 148, you are in the clear from that tornado. And yeah, right now, I don't think it's actually occluding. It seemed like it was because it was making a hard turn to the north. But it might actually be just making a sudden left turn. And it's going to be a crossing 41 here soon. So it is going to be hitting these buildings here. I'm not exactly sure what they are. GRT doesn't show you, but it's going to be south of Princeton. There is cameras in Princeton, but none of them really offer that good of a view. I'll go ahead and check out these ones regardless and see if they have it like pointed. And some of these might just be down entirely. Yeah, some of these are just down. So yeah, nothing there right now. Now on top of 41, crossing 41, about to hit those buildings right there. But yeah, that's the base is covered right now. There isn't much of a camera view I could provide at the moment. Yeah, newest scans are more promising. It looks like it is losing steam right now. We're going to stand by here and see if it does re-intensify. You're getting this very low to the ground. Throughout this entire lifetime, it has been below 500 feet that we've been scanning it at. But yeah, the tornado right now. I don't see any signs of a debris. I don't see any more photos of tornado damage. It's kind of hard to get some on some of these sites because they're covering the ones over the last since June started, really. New severe thunderstorm warning up towards Greensburg in Indiana for probably some winds and possible tornado. Let's take a look. You have tornado possible and 60-mile-per-hour winds on that one. Flash flood warnings in effect for areas south of there. That'll be in effect till 4 a.m. Yeah, newest scan looks like it is losing steam, so we can likely get that out of here now, and we're going to be watching that very carefully for signs of redevelopment. In terms of tropical stuff, not tracking anything in the Atlantic, and we are tracking some areas of interest in the Pacific. But right now, yeah, that's really it for that. I mean, obviously we're gonna be worried about this redeveloping here. That would be continuing to be near southwest of Oakland City. This storm is southwest of Oakland City. You can see that big spike right there for the hail. So we're probably getting some large hail with this as well. But yeah, this could redevelop. I mean, if it does redevelop, it will probably be somewhere right here near Elberfield, north of Elberfield. Yeah, Mount Vernon at this point, you are in the clear. You are in the clear. I mean, downtown Mount Vernon area, southeast of Mount Vernon is remaining their safe spots. We can get you out of that. Still checking this broad area rotation. That'll be north of Golden Gate. Broad area rotation east of Bone Gap, but nothing serious. It did drop that warning in effect for Williams and area south. Warnings remained in effect for Orleans and Chambersburg. They still have that tornado warning in effect for Clifford and Hope, but Taylorsville, you are now out of that tornado warning. We just picked up a new tornado warning here. And this is the area we just called out. There's going to be including areas in Linville and areas north of Interstate 64. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if you got any cameras downstream, considering the interstate is in the path of this. Usually you do, but sometimes for some reason you don't. And this appears to be one of those instances where we do not have a camera downstream. A lot of it is just in areas that aren't really concerned. Not really anything concerning. I will go ahead and pop this camera up though out of Mitchell. Let me yeah, I know I have a lot of tabs open, but There we go. You can see some very intense winds right now in Mitchell, where wind gusts can be exceeding over 40 to 50, maybe even 60. And Mitchell is like directly in the peak of this. So it's going to take that camera full for just a second. You can see all those all those rain currents just ripping across the area. Oh yeah, look at those winds. We're definitely over 60 here. This is definitely 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now in Mitchell. So let's continue to have that full for as long as we can. Oh yeah, major gusts. Oh, did we lose it? Okay, no, we didn't. I'm going to just readjust that a little bit more. Yeah, this is very major gusts. I mean, you can see on your screen. This is definitely over 60. And you can see that tree that is just ripping. I mean, you can barely even see it right now. Yeah, there's a live view out of Mitchell, Indiana, where we are seeing a tornado warned storm. Actually, no longer in a tornado warned storm, but in a warning for wind gusts upwards to 70, actually no, 60 miles per hour on it. Oh, never mind, 70. It just got upgraded to 70 miles per hour. And on radar, it seems like Mitchell is like right in the middle of that. Right in the strongest part of that. Just some very heavy rain. And some very strong gusts that we are seeing on radar. Alright, things are starting to calm down a little bit, so we are going to be pulling away from that. And have that, we're going to continue to have that on the top right just in case conditions get worse again. But right now, that new hook echo we're watching is forming north of Elberfield. And it's going to be north of Interstate 64. So if we're in that area, we want to go ahead and take our tornado precautions immediately. And like Linville, you need to be in your safe spots. Areas north, you need to be in your safe spots. And you can see just a rapid surge of what appears to be very, very heavy rain and large hail right now. So that means we have an intensifying storm. So right now for this area I wouldn't be worried about a tornado anymore. It seems like the tornado there is gone, but we are now going to be worried for the potential tornado here along areas north of Elberfield and northeast of there and near Linville. We did just pick up a new tornado confirmed on the ground for Taylorville, southwest of Decatur. And it's for a weather spotter confirmed tornado till 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I don't really see much right now on velocity. Oh yeah, it seems like we have some first responders responding to something in the area after those very strong winds went through. Yeah, I don't see much on velocity right now, but this is a weather spotter confirmed tornado, so that overrides that. So we need everybody in that polygon to seek shelter right now, as a confirmed tornado is ongoing from weather spotters. As reported by weather spotters. Alright, so since conditions have really calmed down now here in Mitchell, we're going to go ahead and go back to our radar feed. I'll go and just move this to the side. But here's your area rotation northeast of Elberfield. It's going to be continuing to move to the east towards Linville. Along Interstate 64. And this does have a history of producing a strong tornado near the radar site. We had a view of it north of Griffin where we likely saw either a very impressive lowering or the wall cloud itself that was trying to spin up. But yeah, now you're starting to see that area rotation really get stronger, and that hook echo becoming more present on the radar. So this is intensifying. If we check the upper levels here, as we're still scanning this very low, You can see that broad area of spin right now. Yeah, I would be worried for this to produce another tornado if it can hold together here. Right now, it's not really interacting with anything. It's not really interacting with anything at the moment. It does have this storm over to the northwest, southeast of Decker, near southwest of Petersburg, but I don't think that's going to really interfere with this for quite a while, if at all. And while we were looking at the Mitchell one, they did confirm this tornado east of Jeffersonville and south of Mount Erie. They did drop Mount Erie out of this. This is a public confirmed tornado until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It's going to continue to move its way towards Albion and Golden Gate. Seems like if we go back to the multicam for a second, you can see in the background, it looked like we did have some first responders responding to the area. So there might be trees down. There might be something going on over there. But I can't really get a good view. And continuing to see this. This is moving directly for Lineville. So if you're in Lineville, you need to be in your tornado. You need to be in tornado shelters immediately. There's gonna be along Interstate 64. And another area. There's gonna be another area of possible rotation trying to kick up here near Wayne City, near Sims. There's an area that also got hit earlier. So it's gonna be crossing Highway 242. Currently, nothing on it right now. But we'll continue to keep an eye on that, as that might be trying to form into something. They're probably getting ready to drop this tornado warning here, by the way, here soon. And yeah, here's your tornado report by a storm chaser near a Christian, Illinois. Very broad rotation on this storm here. I think they might get ready to drop this here unless they can get itself back up in terms of intensity. We did pick up a new tornado warning, by the way, for Greensburg, Indiana. So if we're in Greensburg, Indiana, you want to seek shelter right now. They're going to drop the one here in Hope soon. But yeah, right now, a broad area rotation is going to be moving directly for the Greensburg area. So if we are in Greensburg, we want to go ahead and take our tornado precautions immediately. We're going and see if we can get a camera up there. And yes, we do. We actually do have some cameras up in that area. And we're gonna have to go ahead and get this all set because there's 3 cameras from the Department of Transportation in Greensburg. So we'll go ahead and get that set up for you guys behind the scenes, and then once we're ready, we'll go ahead and swap over to it. All right, this one will be next. I'm obviously going to crop it down a little bit. Yeah, there's going to be a broad rotation that's going to be over Highway 3 here soon. So everyone in Greensburg, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. That's going to be in an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows. And if you are outdoors in a mobile home or vehicle, you want to move to the most substantial shelter to protect yourself from flying debris. All right, we're going to do that, and then that. And I'll get one more camera to cover the last one. And then we should have all the camera coverage that we're going to need here in Greensburg. We need to get the one for that one. Probably just that would do. Just gonna copy the filters and see if I can just get away with doing that. Yeah, we're able to get away with that. All right, 3. Wait, let me just name this properly. All right, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All these cameras are in the Greensburg, Indiana area. We are tracking the potential for a tornado. So everyone in Greensburg, get to your safe spots immediately. Now that we have, now that we're back from that, we could go ahead and, check some stuff out here. And then I'm gonna have to, pop this out so I can keep refreshing it. Move that here. And then move that one here. So that way I can, keep refreshing these videos. Because, they'll boot you off every so often. So yeah, new tornado warning effect for Albion in areas towards Belmont. That new signature is pretty concerning, since we're setting up the cameras. And it's going to be moving directly for areas north of Albion towards Bone Gap. So everyone in Bone Gap, I know you've been taking shelter a lot, but you got to take shelter again. If we go back, scan, you can see that tornado debris signature. So it has done some damage. That could be to trees or to homes in that area. And we're probably going to get ready to drop this tornado warning here soon unless it redevelops. And then this one over here, this one's still pretty broad. Seems like it really try to get going here, but hasn't really been able to succeed so far as they approach Lineville. But everyone in Lineville remain in your safe spot for probably 10 more minutes. We can get you out of that. 10 to 15 more minutes. New severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, has been issued as this line of storms is producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and possible tornadoes right now. And they have dropped the one for Hope and Clifford. So Hope and Clifford, you are now in the clear from this tornado warning. A severe thunderstorm warning does remain in effect till 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But soon enough, we should be able to get you out of that. Probably within 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, broad area rotation is approaching the Greensburg area. This could produce quick spin-up tornadoes. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it on these cameras, but if we do, it's going to be on any of these. This will be our best shot. I think 2 of these are along 74, and I think another one's along 421. Yeah, 2 of them are on 74, and one of them's along 421. Yeah, new tornado warning has been issued for Wayne City and areas to the, areas towards Fairfield and Barn Hill. There's going to be for a possible tornado moving to the east at 30 miles per hour until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And you can see that rotation we highlighted southeast of Wayne City. So Wayne City, this is going to remain away from you. And however, we're going to be worried about areas like Barn Hill and areas south of Fairfield. Sims, this should remain to the south of you. But the people that really need to be taking shelter is going to be people in Fairfield, Barn Hill, and areas south of Fairfield. And anywhere else in that polygon that's not Wayne City or Sims. The newest scan shows that couplet kind of dying out a little bit. Could always spin back up. That's approaching Albion. So everyone in Albion, you want to be in your safe spots immediately. We did pick up a new severe thunderstorm warning, by the way, all the way up towards the Indiana-Ohio state line. That'll be northwest of Cincinnati. It's going to be moving to the east at 45 miles per hour for 60-mile-per-hour winds and probably a possible tornado. As we're going to be continuing to be concerned about the potential for spin-up tornadoes. If we see anything out of these cameras, it might be the one on, if I'm not mistaken, the top left one. If I got that one right. No, bottom left. It'll be the one on the bottom left. If we see anything, it'll probably be somewhere there. I'm just going to move these back up here. I'll swap these around, I guess. I just need to find spots to put everything so I can keep refreshing cameras. Okay, so, yeah, Greensburg. Remain in your safe spots for probably 15 to 20 minutes. We can get you out of that. New tornado warning, by the way, for Shelbyville. And it's going to be in effect for a possible tornado moving to the east at 20 miles an hour. So a slow mover till 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This does have a history of producing a tornado, confirmed by a weather spotter. Yeah, more tornado reports on that strong tornado near Fort Branch. So obviously an over-verification in terms of tornadoes. There's a lot more stronger tornadoes than initially forecasted so far today. And the main watch in Illinois expires at 9 o'clock p.m. The one in Indiana will expire at midnight Eastern. And the one in Illinois expires at 9 Central. So convert both of those into Central. That'll be 9 and 11, respectively. 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. But yeah, right now, oh yeah, you can still see that a tornado on the ground from a train spotter. You can still see that couplet approaching Avion. Not as strong as it used to be, but we'll keep an eye on it for any signs of redevelopment. Yeah, Greensburg is starting to get hit by this line of storms, like it producing wind speeds of over 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts at this current moment. And a possible tornado right now. And these types of tornadoes will spin up really quickly. And happy Father's Day to everybody. Make sure to thank your father. And it's the summer solstice as well. Let's go in to see if we can confirm any tornado damage. Yeah, getting some from Jefferson County. Don't see much tornado damage right now, tornado damage photos, but we definitely have some damage from this. Unfortunately, this area's just been battered. Picked up a new tornado warning for Chambersburg. This is going to be in effect until 9:30 Eastern. And your rotation will be south of West Abandoned Springs. And I'll be moving here to the east. Yeah, here comes the area of broad rotation approaching Greensburg, and you can see the rain really starting to come down. See if we can get anything out of those cameras. But right now, time is 7:49. Our next day one outlook will be in 11 minutes from now. Yeah, Lineville, you are now in the clear. That tornado is now past you, and right now you don't have that many. You don't have storms coming. You might get these smaller storms coming in the future, but right now you're gonna be in a break for a while. And we're just gonna be waiting for the next update here. They still have this up for some reason, but I don't see any rotation that would warrant it right now. Unless I am missing something. Yeah, they have dropped areas southwest of Greensburg out of it, so it's just Greensburg that's in that tornado warning. Wind gusts could exceed 60 miles per hour. As here comes the worst of it. And here's your newest scan, by the way, near Lineville. Linville. I've been saying Lineville this whole time. Wow. Lineville. Linville. Linville, you are in the clear. Yeah, you can see the developing rotation here near Linville. So, and this does have a history of producing a strong tornado. So you're going to be watching that very carefully. The storm is still basically by itself right now with no interference. So as these storms go through Greensburg, we're going to stay on it as it goes through Greensburg and then switch back to our radar feed for a while. And we'll see what we're working with by then. Also, yeah, the rebrand is still on the way. I know we said we were going to get it done in June, but some delays to that has pushed it back to July to August. But it will get done. It will get done. We just need a bit more time to cook. But we have a lot of cool things coming that I think you guys are really going to like. You can see that area rotation here, southwest of West Bend and Springs. Will continue to move to the east towards Chambersburg. So everyone in Chambersburg, get to your safe spots immediately. But yeah, so far, nothing too crazy on these Greensburg cameras. Nothing too crazy. We are seeing some rain and a bit of winds, but nothing too insane. Excuse me. Sorry if I've been like butchering a lot of town names and stuff. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's been up with me today. Yeah, area of broad rotation here near Wayne City. So everyone in Barn Hill and areas south of Fairfield, you need to remain in your safe spots until we can get you out of that. The rotation here is basically completely dissipated southwest of Bone Gap. So if that holds, you could probably get that warning out of here pretty quickly. They did drop that that tornado warning for Taylorville. So Taylorville, you are now in the clear. And so now I really got to use the bathroom. So once we can find a stopping point, we'll go ahead and I'll go in and just use the bathroom real quick. But I gotta stay on because these cameras will boot you off every so often. Just to make sure you're not inactive and just like hogging their camera. So I do gotta stay on until we can get this past Greensburg. Make sure we don't miss anything. But right now, nothing too insane, I would say. There is some heavy rain falling. But probably some gusts that we're not seeing, but so far nothing too insane yet. So hopefully we can just get this out of here from Greensburg, and it's just it's just a whole bunch of rain. Yeah, tornado warning will remain in effect for that area. Okay, so we did pick up a new tornado warning here. This will include areas in Salem, southeast of Campbellsburg. So if you're in southeast of Campbellsburg into Salem, get to your safe spots right now. There's going to be in effect till 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for a possible tornado moving east at 35 miles per hour. This will be around Salem at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, according to the National Weather Service timings. Okay, so we did pick up, this tornado is now back on the ground. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, so this tornado is now back on the ground, damaging tornado in progress. Radar confirmed tornado. Let's go ahead and take a look at tornado breeze signature. Nothing that I can see. We might be having another issue with the radar. It's been stuck on here for a while. I'll wait for this update here and see if it updates. But if not, I'll go and just give the radar a quick refresh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and just give the radar a quick refresh real quick. Alright, there you go. There's your newest update. Yeah, you can see that tornado debris signature right there. So this is a tornado in progress here. North of Interstate 64. So everybody in Selvin, northwest of Selvin and north of Selvin, you need to be in your safe spots right now. This is a tornado on the ground. And Holland, you're not in the warning yet, but I would prepare to go to your tornado shelters here within probably 5 minutes. If that holds. But yeah, so let's see what else we're working with. Yeah, they're definitely dropping the one over here. There's not even a storm in that right now anymore. Apart from this one right here, but there's no tornadoes over there. So they're gonna drop that soon. Broad area rotation now approaching Highway 45 south of Fairfield and in between Barn Hill. So in between Barn Hill and Fairfield is where that's gonna go. And here's your newest scan. We're continuing to track a tornado on the ground northwest and north of Selvin. Let's go and check in on Greensburg. And yeah, Greensburg, we're probably going to be able to get you out of this here very, very quickly. At this point, I think to save on some RAM here, we're going to go ahead and move back to radar feed. And if anything more happens, we'll go back to our cameras. But for right now, I don't see anything else right now on the Greensburg cameras that's going to be of anything major. Yeah, from the Indy radar, I can see a bit of strong upper level rotation here. That's going to be southwest of Chambersburg, and this is part of a tornado warned storm that you've been tracking for a little bit. If you check it out from Louisville, Let's see. Nothing much here. Nothing much on the lower levels right now with that storm. But it is starting to spin up more in the upper level. Let's go back over here to Lincoln. To cover the Shelbyville tornado warning. And you can see an area of broad rotation on top of Shelbyville. Nothing too concerning right now. But everyone in Shelbyville that's on top of you, remain in your safe spots for probably 5 more minutes. This for a possible tornado moving east at 30 miles per hour. And yep, Holland and areas east. It's now time to get to your tornado shelters. This is a tornado on the ground. Huntingburg and let's go ahead and get the information here. Holland and Huntingburg, you need to be in your safe spots right now. And it's going to be in effect till 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for a confirmed tornado on the ground by radar. Go over to Fort Wayne. We'll be able to show you that that tornado debris signature that is causing a tornado right now. That means that we have a tornado on the ground right now. Yeah, here's your tornado debris signature right there. Yeah, rope tornado on the ground is one of our first reports on this. We'll see when we get back up here. All right, there we go. But yeah, so like I was saying, we did get a flash flood warning in effect for Bone Gap and areas west. And that does make sense because of the amount of rain that we've had here. There's going to be in effect till 2 a.m. Central on Monday. And this is for 2 and 3 inches of rain have already fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing and expected to begin shortly. And flash flooding in these is always a big time internet drop. Wow. Okay, I think we're back. But yeah, flash flooding is always overlooked and stuff like these, in case that didn't get picked up. Yeah, new tornado warning for Tower Hill is going to be moving towards the same areas as this ongoing tornado warning. So Shelbyville, do not get out of your shelters after this. You got another tornado coming in. There's going to be in effect till 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for a possible tornado moving east at 35 miles per hour. And you can see that small couple over here near Tower Hill. Do we have a tornado debris signature? I do not see a tornado debris signature right now. However, that is a pretty decent couple that we have right there. A decent area of rotation, at least. As we're continuing to track all of this. Yeah, continuing to track all this. So right now, you're just joining us. Right now, we're currently tracking an overperforming slight risk. We had multiple strong tornadoes today, all across the southern Illinois and southern Indiana area, which is an area that we've been calling a lot today. And right now, I haven't really seen... Okay, by the way, new tornado warning for Dale. So everyone in Dale needs to be in their safe spots immediately. It's going to be in effect till 8:45 p.m.